What is going on, everybody? My name is Ray and welcome back to Raymond J Horology, and today we're going to be talking about some watches. Right now we're going to do a quick wrist check. Looks like we got my Orient Ray Raven 2 on today. Awesome, brilliant orange dial. Gotta love it. Let's get talking about watches now. Alright, if you're returning to the channel, you know I have a huge love for Casio. In fact, I love them so much I have 6 of their watches. Now, I also love Omega, they're probably my favorite brand, but I have significantly less Omegas than I have Casio because they're cheap. And as a wise man once said, they're freaking God tier. Alright, now let's talk about one of my favorite watches, one of my wife's least favorite. This is the Casio CA53W in green. This is the famous calculator watch. Now, this is not the exact model that appeared in the movie Back to the Future. However, it makes it no less awesome to me. It's definitely a conversation starter. The color catches people's eye. Of course, it has the functionality of a calculator. I have a full review of this watch on my channel if you go check that out in the links below. And yeah, just a nice little beater watch, about 15 bucks on Amazon, at Walmart, wherever you can buy cheap Casio watches. This is definitely available. So, all right, here it is on my wrist. And just so you know, 2 years ago, I got this for Valentine's Day. My wife loves me that much. Like I said, this is probably her least favorite watch of mine. She thinks it's absolutely disgusting and ugly, but I love it nonetheless, and it was a gift, so I'll always, always, always keep it in my collection. Thank you, Casio, for making awesome, cheap watches. Now, if you've been to this channel again, or you've been anywhere on the internet where watches are talked about, you know what this one is. This is the DW5600 G-Shock. This is probably the toughest watch in my collection, and I do wear it very, very frequently. In fact, it was one of my most worn watches for 2024 and 2025. So just the quintessential beater watch here. You have 200 meters of water resistance. You have an LED backlight, screw down case back with these screws here. This is a resin core watch. This is not a complete stainless steel one like the older ones. This model, I believe, is from 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you have amazing functionality with all of the stopwatches, alarms. You can do dual time, standard time. Just, you cannot go wrong with one of these G-Shocks. And these squares, they wear amazingly on the wrist compared to a lot of other G-Shocks. Mineral glass, like I said, super tough beater watch. I have worn this through absolutely hellish conditions, and as you can see, it is in pretty good shape. And I did buy this secondhand as well. So the guy before me probably beat the heck out of it, got his use out of it, sold it to me for about 25 bucks. This is an absolute bargain. So let's take a wrist shot now. Now here it is on my wrist. As you can see, very little overhang on the lugs here. Fits me very, very nice. The resin strap is comfortable enough to, just wear it. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's not going to be, some $700 strap that you'll find on a Omega or something like that, or on a Rolex Oyster Flex band. But this is, retail $50 watch, so can't have too high expectations with the band. Buckle, absolutely adequate, made out of stainless steel as well, won't rust. So overall, guys, what do you think? Let's move on to the next one. All right, now we're taking a look at a watch that gets a little bit less wrist time these days, unfortunately. Used to get quite a bit. This is my Casio F91W. This watch cost me a total of $9 when I bought it at Walmart on rollback. Can't really complain about that price, right? With the functionality you have here, alarm, chronograph, you have a meager backlight that you can't even see here because, well, you might be able to see it here. Just barely. The backlight is definitely my biggest complaint about this watch. Unfortunately, it does get less wrist time because I do have another digital watch, aka my G-Shock, so I wear that one the most out of my digital Casios. But again, this one is no less awesome, no less iconic, has a great history behind it. This is one of the watches that definitely propelled Casio into, the top of watchmaking and top of watch sales. And we're also going to talk about how it wears on the wrist. So let's do a quick wrist shot on this one. Here it is on my wrist, and as you can see, it is significantly smaller than a lot of the watches we've seen so far. I think we're looking at like a 34, 35 millimeter case here, so very, very small, very, very thin. We're looking at probably 5 or 6 millimeters thick. The band also, I have a complaint with this one. I'm not a super large wristed individual, but the band is super, super short. As you can see, I have lots of room for adjustment if I ever, put on a lot of weight, which hopefully I won't in the near future. But with my eating habits, I just might. But as you can see, like I said, strap super short, no complaints. This is just the basic resin rubber strap, whatever you want to call it. It's comfortable enough to wear it. It's super light, no jingle, no jangle, doesn't slide off my wrist. But again, definitely one of the smaller watches, and I don't wear it as often because I have my G-Shock. All right, so this is a watch you haven't seen on my channel. This is what I call my Casio Datejust. Fortunately, battery's dead right now because I don't wear this one as often, but as you can see, it's got a nice, almost Tiffany blue dial. What is going on with that, right? Well, I bought this watch in 2020 before Tiffany blue was a super huge craze for about 35 bucks. Now, unfortunately, this has been discontinued. You cannot really find these anywhere other than the secondhand market on eBay, and they're pushing about 75 bucks in good condition. It does come on a supplied 20mm Casio band. Nothing spectacular. It's not the most comfortable band in the world. Again, this is a super cheap watch, so you can't have too high expectations with the metal. But again, that dial is just awesome. The numerals there just look great. Looks very, very classy for a Casio. And it is all stainless steel, ironically enough, which is something you don't see in a lot of watches in this price point, unfortunately. So we're going to take a look at it on my wrist now. Here it is on my wrist. We're looking at a 40mm case. It's got about a 46.5 millimeter lug to lug. So very, very nice. Very, very, very slim watch. This one slides under a cuff of a dress shirt or a suit very, very well. Now, again, like I said, that dial is really what pops to me. That's what initially attracted my attention. This was one of the first watches in my collection, so I'll always keep it, even if it doesn't work. But I just need to change the battery on this one, and I'm sure it'll see some more wrist time. But again, awesome looking watch from Casio. Kind of on that Tiffany blue craze, but like I said, just a hair bit before. All right, now this one is a twofer. These are my Casio Duros. This is the most popular watch on my channel here. This is the one on the Jubilee bracelet. As you can see, kind of scuffed up, kind of scratched. I wear this watch a whole lot. It is just absolutely gorgeous. This blue, this royal blue color was just made to be on a Jubilee bracelet. You will not convince me otherwise. As you can see here as well, though, it doesn't fit perfectly on the lugs. I didn't spend a lot of money on this bracelet either. It was about $15 on Amazon, so no complaints with the quality overall. Has great articulation. And then, of course, this is my original black Casio Duro. This is one of the first watches in my collection. Awesome, awesome watch. As you can see, lots of wear and tear on this guy. I wear it proudly nonetheless. Lots of scratches on the case. This thing has just been awesome. The band is absolutely falling apart on me, so I got to get another one. I will probably be switching it over to an H-style bracelet, not a Jubilee, though. This is a less flashy, less dressy color, more universal in general. So we're gonna do something a little crazy. I think I'm gonna wear two watches at once. All right, I'm pulling a TikTok influencer and rapper move here, but I got both Duros on just for the memes. Just like I said, awesome watches, 44mm case, 47mm lug to lug. We're looking at about 11mm thick, so not super thick. People are very scared of this watch, as I've said before, about the dimensions, but again, try it on. They're about 40 bucks, 50 bucks on Amazon. You can buy these anywhere. You can get parts for them anywhere, and if you break one, you can replace it and you won't break your heart. But again, these watches are the best value divers in the world, and that's why I have two. All right, guys. That brings us to the end of the video. This is the full collection. This is the money shot. As you can see, I have plenty of space for more Casios, and I definitely plan on filling up the rest of this watch box with some of these awesome watches. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.